Car 1 back. Minus 9.4 now, minus 9.4. What do you want me to do? It's up nice and dry. Looking at it, hold on, we're looking at it. I'm jumping in. You're looking at the bed. I'm taking the rear. Hit the slab. Hit the slab.
No breath, no heartbeat, just static remains. Hollow reflections, ghosts in the cold. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it, come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never
come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to The Party. And that is Happy Friday Party. Just clicking through some things on this menu here. Perfect. Alrighty, so how's everybody doing? Today we're going to be doing some more ranked. What's going on, Anthony? Morning, MPK. Well, it's just about the end of the morning. It's about 10 of noon. This will be a shorter one today because I am going to be ending at my regular 3 p.m. time. Even though I started late today. The way it is. I might, however, do some later this evening. We'll see. I'm definitely not going to be doing any GT3 at Monza. That's just not going to be happening. Let's see. What races am I not going to do at all? So, not going to do GT3 Brianza / Monza. Not going to do the 992 Sprint Cup since it's cursed. Probably won't do MX5. I'd say it's probably the only one on the list that I'm not going to do. So. More an ATR. Pretty sure for the GT4s. Why not? Hey, do we know why I haven't, or I don't want to do... Oh, I gotta confirm, I forgot. This is a weird one. Why I don't do this race? I'll give you a hint.
And hit the pace car! Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect!
That's why I don't do the 992 race. This one's not bad. Xbox One, huh? Nah, this one's not me. This one's actually really nice. Got a little Aston Martin vibe to it, doesn't it? Did anybody see that looks like now AMS2 is under licensing issues with their new F1 cars? Which is ridiculous. I'm so tired of licenses ruining my favorite games. Yep, everything's always about money. Going on, Toker. But yeah, let me see if I can find the article. Yeah, right here. Still not too bad. Automobilista 2's McLaren license restrictions prompt free release of Renault F1 cars. AMS2's 3 Renault F1 cars will now be released for free as McLaren racing licensing restrictions come to light. So my guess is they have a McLaren license that might have some kind of, you know, you can only basically have a license with us. What's going on, Jamal? And because they're trying to expand their simulator into more authentic, real F or Formula racing, which is what I'm really interested in it for, because I would love to have a simulator variant of you know, really good formula racing that really focuses heavy on that. Future presence of Brabham, I'm probably butchering that, Lotus, and Renault F1 cars in AMS2 in jeopardy. That's horseshit. Total horseshit. These licensing restrictions also seemingly apply to the future in-game presence of the just-announced Renault R25, R26, and R28 machines. I'm butchering. That's fine. That's fine. Listen. You want to go race at Le Mans?
You're looking at how to pronounce this name as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing carbon mispronounced channel. So in French in France it is said as Renault.
Renault.
Yes, the L and the T at the end are just absolutely silent, so don't worry about them.
Renault.
Renault. It'd be fine in English
Renault.
to say it as Renault. Renault is how you say it.
Renault. 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 See, we're learning to talk today. Apparently it wasn't McLaren themselves, it was F1 Management and Liberty Media licensing. It's all bullshit. I'm so over this licensing thing with video games. I know it's like there's this weird, massive push for making Sims feel like you are, it's the official thing with licenses. But dude, licenses are what's like just ruining a lot of this video game shit. PMR went through it, I mean, they all go through it. But iRacing does have F1, but you know how I feel about iRacing. Also, I don't think anybody has the scope that AMS2 has right now in terms of F1 range. It just sucks that all their cars are going to have to be named random, silly things because of licensing nonsense. You know? My guess is, like, I don't... Well, then again, Project Mayhem, that might go against what he said. What's going on, Gio? You tried the new update on GT7 on the LMDHs. I was so disappointed. PMR's LMDHs are so much better. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't tried them yet, but I suspect that. It's not like just all of a sudden the physics for the LMDHs is going to be good when none of the other cars have good physics, you know? Or tire models. And to force yourself to put it down. Yeah, it is very... I mean, the problem with me with Forza is I've already completed the single-player stuff. I just can only do seasonal stuff now. So for me, it's turned into just another game. But like when I was in that single-player grind, I was a little butthurt that it wasn't longer. You know? I really enjoyed the single-player style grind in a racing game. That's what I loved about GT7. I loved the single-player grind. And yeah, all of our names, yep. Don't understand how they can be allowed a laser scan of the track and not the name with... Well, it's... I don't know if it's more of a loophole... or it's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's more of a loophole or not. I guess that would be the end of my statement. But, like, literally, every time I see the same conversation come up about licenses and how it's hurting a game, the only thing that comes to mind is...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It's ridiculous. The question is, who's going to be driving like this?
I came in like a wrecking ball.
I updated my soundboard with some new things. So, my 6 new additions are...
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
That's when I rage. They not feel good to drive? Yeah, it sucks. That sucks. And I don't know what this one's going to apply to. But I feel like it needed to be added for some reason.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Like, I say that all the time. And it applies to literally nothing.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Obviously,
I came in like a wrecking ball.
this one.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And then this one.
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Another good one. Les Grossman. Tropic Thunder. And then, of course, this is going to probably be my most used one. For, you know, the starting grid.
And hit the pace car! Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect!
Yep. 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 That's how that is literally the 992 race for me in this game. That. We're starting from the back. I'm being lazy today. There's only 3 of us in here. Oh, cool. Yeah, see? There's only 3 of us in here. And one of them, of course, is Eagles, who's just going to pull the rug out from underneath me the whole time. Like, it's going to be like Mortal Kombat 1, the original, where you just keep getting leg sweep. You stand up, leg sweep, stand up, leg sweep, stand up, leg sweep, and you beat the person that way. Or get him into the corner and uppercut, stand up, uppercut, stand up, uppercut, stand up. That's me racing Eagles. Testing only, yeah. Eagles has officially made it into the Discord as unfathomably fast alien. Finish him, exactly. I really like this green livery. It's a really good color. I'm glad I found that. Hey, look, it's Eagles. Yeah, I gotta think of some other ones, too. Am I smiling while playing these sounds? Of course. Of course. Hold on, where is it? Let me find the stream from yesterday. This one's from yesterday. Hold on, right here.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Right here, right here.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah. I feel like I need to play that sound. I need to bind it to like one of my buttons somehow on my wheel. The way people re-enter races. All right, hear me out on this one, right? All right. So, we're all in the pits, right? Or on the starting grid, sorry, not the pits.
And hit the pace car. Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect.
Are you on PC or console one? And here comes the moment of truth. Idiots! Muppet idiots! Just... Yeah, the entire ranked sort of design between reporting and all that, none of it really makes any real sense, if I'm being honest with you. You know. Next update will bring some definite quality to the game. Some much needed things. I don't know how players come into the game. I mean, obviously, here's the game. The number one thing is the game needs to be dialed, right? Fix the main problems. Have those no longer be an issue. Right now, it seems like, unfortunately, from average complaints, PlayStation is the biggest of the three with problems right now. Which it's also its biggest market. So... I feel like PC is currently the best. I mean, visually, PC has always been the number one, but I'm talking about quality of life and just problems, you know? Asha... Oh, yeah. She's making the right moves, man. That's usually how that stuff works, honestly. Bring in some talent from another department that knows nothing about it, and all they have to do is listen to the people that actually care about what they're working on. That's it. That's the job of a CEO. The job of a CEO is not to know diddly shit about the product you're the CEO of. It's to properly manage the team underneath you. They're the ones who are supposed to know all of the things. You know? And looks like she's doing that. Because at the end of the day, this is what I don't understand about leadership and being a CEO and those things. You make money as the CEO when your company makes money. Makes money. Now, how does your company make money? Selling a complete good product that consumers want to buy. Screwing the consumer doesn't make you money.
Check and flag this lap. End of
Amazon is so wildly successful,
starting at the back of the grid.
not because they screw the consumer, because they screw the real manufacturers out there who make good things. They undercut them. They sweep their legs. You might be getting a shittier product, but they're undercutting them and people don't care. The reality is that everybody wants their shit to not be broken, but they really want to save money more than they want their shit to not be broken. Trust me, I'm in the industry of trying to push people to buy and set up motorcycles and buy the right components. And they always want to cheap out. And I always tell them, I'm aggressive about it. I don't give a shit. I always tell them that if you buy the wrong component, the one I'm telling you to not buy, instead of buying the one I'm telling you to buy, you're just going to end up buying both of those products. You're going to buy the one you want to save money, and then eventually you're going to realize you were wrong and buy the one I told you to buy in the first place. So you're going to buy them both. And it's like tried and true. Everybody does. Human nature is super predictable.
Focus on the lights.
Console Wars, believe it or not, full stop, was one of the most successful ways to sell a console. Cruiser, that is a huge problem, without a doubt. That's how I always am, though, Smash. Another thing I always ask this question, too, when you have to be, like, more direct and a bit of an asshole. Are you really being an asshole when you're right? Like, if I'm nice and told you what to do, and hey, yeah, no, yeah, I get it, do whatever you want, yeah, but cool, no problem. And even though I know you're making the wrong decision, or if I'm more aggressive about it, and a bit of an asshole, to get you to make the right decision. Am I really an asshole? I have like a 0. If you guys think, by the way, that like the way I run Discords and things like that as a moderator is bad, you guys should see the way I run my business. There's a reason I'm only one employee and I don't have anybody working for me. I don't want that liability. And I also don't want to be liable for them, too, on the other hand of things. I really wish we had the draft, man. Like right now, I'd be able to start working this guy back in through the draft. And there's just no draft. Fuck. Oh, okay. I don't know where you going, Eddie. I hope he doesn't DC. Alright, he's still racing. Yeah. It sucks we're gonna miss that race, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be really mad if what I heard about PS5 is true, though, and they're no longer letting any of their exclusives go to PC. That's such bullshit. Such bullshit. It has nothing to do... Like, I'm gonna buy the next PlayStation no matter what anyway. And not for nothing, but when you release a game first on PlayStation and then later on PC, all you're doing is ensuring I'm buying the game twice. Like, you're not gaining anything by having the game never go to PC. Now, day one, okay, I can understand that. But they've never released something day one. They always release exclusives to PS5 first. Or PlayStation first. That's been how they've been run their business the whole time. Why change that? Like, when will these companies learn that being non-consumer friendly hurts the bottom dollar of the company? Like the third Final Fantasy Revelation. Final Fantasy VII Revelation was just announced. I would buy that game on PS5, play it there first, and then buy it on PC when it came to PC and play it all over again. If that game doesn't come to PC, I'm going to be so complete, because that means that trilogy is incomplete on PC. I'm always going to have my Steam collection. I'm not always going to have my PS5. It's so ridiculous. So this is back to PMR. I'd read a bunch of comments, but I'm trying to race, so it's only got 2 laps left. In my opinion, the next patch needs to come out, and then the following patch needs to come out. JIP needs to be in the game, and then PS5 needs a free weekend. At that point, it's time to start building the player base. Because we'll have 2 DLCs officially in. The next 2 patches are going to fix a lot of the underlying problems with this game currently. And in my opinion, it's time to start being aggressive about getting people to play the game. Because the, like, soft marketing, where they, like, just make a post about a car and its history. Even Rennsport, in my opinion, is doing a much better job on that side of things because they're marketing racing. You know? Like, look at what Rennsport does, like, showing how they're hosting, like, their tournaments and their events and things like that. Or even, you know, someone playing the game and their entry into the race or something like that, you know? Things like that. That's what's got to be emphasized. Show the rest of the world that people are playing the game. And do the current marketing strategy as well. Like, not for nothing, I'm subscribed on Instagram to PMR, LMU, iRacing, every rig company, sim stuff like that. Every morning I wake up, they all have multiple posts, multiple shares, multiple. PMR, I'd say once a week, has a story. That on the story is just a link to a post. That needs to be bumped up quite a bit. Or else no one's going to know the game exists, no one's going to think anybody's playing it, blah, blah, blah. You know?
Yes, mate, that's P2.
Yeah, I figured that, Juan. Since that's your temp is your actual Discord name. Alright, let's read some of these comments here. Get some music going here, too. Since I started in 3rd place and landed in 2nd place, we'll do this. But yeah. Game needs more marketing for sure. More marketing for sure. All right. What do we want to do? Can I focus on reducing the gap? No, I can't. That's impossible. I cannot... You have to understand, to reduce the gap on an alien, that means I have to be faster than the alien. Hey, look at that. JP1 Pro Cup, boys. 5 starts, 3 wins. This is the only ratio I think that's better, which I must not be playing with a lot of people, I guess. Because he only got 63 points with 4 wins. And I got 158, so... Trying to get to Div 1 in this game. I did not play Worms on PC. But they definitely need to be more active on socials. For sure. For sure. The amount, I'm telling you guys, like, for me it was such a massive red flag because, yeah, we'll do some JP1. When I was at the expo, I was shocked how many people walked into the booth and had never heard of the game. Ever. Yeah, I gave the the settings that I gave you are the ones that I use. It might clip, I don't know, to be honest with you. I just like a firm wheel the whole time. I don't like I like my wheel to hit very hard off center. But not oscillate. Like the LMDH is currently oscillate like crazy. Yeah, the expo was a good time. PMR definitely has a window to get it right, for sure, without a doubt. And I think they will. I think PMR... Here's the thing. I'm fully convinced we're going to get a banger of a game by the year 1 rotation. I say that because give them some time. You know, 1 full year. Like, hold on. Pull this up quick. AC Evo store page. June 16th, 2025, right? Now, Evo does have a couple of key features, for sure, that are not in PMR, that are important. However, it's missing tons of things and has tons of problems that PMR doesn't have. It's been out for a year and a half. A year and a half. The only difference between this game and PMR is Kunos getting a certain level of leeway with the game that Straight 4 has never had from day one. Straight 4 started at the bottom, regardless. Kunos started at the top, regardless. So, but the point is that this game in its current state, and I complain about this game's current state a lot, has been out for a year and a half in the public eyes, or the public's hands. PMR has been out in about 13... So when the DLC drops, that'll be exactly 7 months. It means they have 5 more months to get their year rotation. I'm a firm believer that 2 patches out right now. I say 2 because I'm fairly confident we're not going to get JIP in the next patch. But once we get JIP, combined with just the next 2 patches of progress, fixing problems, and the DLC content, despite not a lot of people probably going to care about that DLC, but still, it's more content. It's another good track that everybody wants. It's progress, right? So by the... I don't know how long it's going to take from the point of the next patch to the next patch. Call it a month. Let's just say they're on a 1 month a patch. 1 big patch a month plan for moving forward. So let's say we get... Not including the next patch, because we need to have the next patch before the DLC drop. That's just the way it is. We need to, like, I don't know if you guys know how the patching and DLC content works in games, but, like, you have to preload assets to get DLCs. You don't go to the store page and buy the DLC, and then it downloads the DLC. It's already installed in the game. The purchasing, the license of it through Steam or whatever, just gives you access to what you already have downloaded. So we have to get 1 more patch to get the DLC cars. So that pretty much guarantees us we're getting 1 patch by the 23rd, which is when the DLC drops, unless they delay. But as of right now, I haven't seen anything about a delay. So we get 1 more patch for the DLC. And that leaves us from that point forward 5 months to get to the year mark. So now that would tell me we get 5 more patches. Hopefully, that's provided they stick to a, once a month patch system right now. Once a month, progressive, really good big patch. I would actually prefer that. Although I really don't want to have to wait another month for JIP if that's the case, but if it is what it is, then so be it. But, and then do like a nice year 1 patch. I wouldn't even call it a patch after year 1. I would call it a year 1 update. Update sounds more confident. Patch sounds more fixing broken shit, That's my sentiment on it. I think the problems are subjective. I mean, I have a pretty, sort of bulletproof setup here when it comes to... I have the high end, the, stuff you can't go past. And I'm on the ball when it comes to the software side of things. And Evo has frame pacing and frame time issues that PMR does not. And that really, really affects performance and the smoothness delivery of everything. Well, yeah, there's no doubt Aris joining the team. The biggest thing is he's the creative director. So while he is going to be developing, he's primarily going to be the Asha Sharma of Straight 4, essentially. Directing, So hopefully his experience from Kunos and his success, he's learned things about leadership, I haven't tried the hypercars yet. But here's the thing, Nervsy, though. You can't go by the build number. That's all that is a build number. And we all know PMR's build number system has been a joke. And saying, oh, well, Evo's in early access, PMR is not. I don't listen to that either. I go by day one. When does the public get their eyes on the game? When can they get their hands on it and play it? The only thing positive in that regard, in that argument there, for Kunos versus Straight 4 is Kunos knew their product on release day was not a finished product. Straight 4 thought theirs was. At least somebody did anyway. So, outside of that, I tell people all the time, a modern multiplayer game in 2026, the day it gets released, regardless of what they call it, that's day one. It is now in beta, and players are the beta testers. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite was in early access for years and years and years and years. In fact, its most success came from when it was in early access. But yeah, there's no doubt this game in particular is riddled with all sorts of problems. How game-breaking they are, though, depends on the person's opinion. Leagues when? I am going to be having my own leagues as soon as we get JIP. So arguably 2 patches out. I can't do my own league without JIP. It needs to be in the game. People are going to get DCs. DCs are never going to go away. Ever. In any game. It's an impossible task. However, if someone gets DC'd when we're in practice or qualifying, mid-session, they can just rejoin back up and do it again. But without JIP, it's going to make running leagues a pain in the ass. If someone gets disconnected, we got to start the race over again. Until everybody is able to make it through the race. Now, there's obviously going to be some level of scrutiny on that. If you're halfway into a race and you get DC'd, we're not starting that race over. So... That being said, I'm pretty confident that both PMR and AC Evo are going to be fantastic games in their lifetime. I say in their lifetime. I don't know how long that lifetime is going to be, but I know that they're both going to be great games.
Bad luck, mate. We didn't set a time. We're at the back for the race. Gonna be a tough one.
I need a G Fuel. Cruiser, that's my guess. I don't know. My guess is they're gonna, since they need to release an update to get the DLC into the game, like the content itself into the game, my guess is they're gonna push the update till basically when the DLC comes out. That's my guess. That way they get as much time to cook on it as possible, you know? That way it can feel more significant. Because the longer we wait for an update, the more significant the update's going to be. That's just the nature of it. Everybody wants updates every week, but like when you get a weekly update, you don't get a whole lot of game-changing game, you know? I'm going to try 3 this time. 4 was glued to the tracks there, so let's try 3. I only want to get into iRacing for the oval stuff, for NASCAR. I have no interest in iRacing GT racing. Although I heard that, I think Holland Bass is the one who said it, that their new update makes like the car kind of OP with TC and ABS on. I think I can go even less wing. I gotta figure that turn out. You know, I still haven't greased my brake pedal. I was complaining about it yesterday morning. I played all last night. Now today, still haven't greased it. Evo's gonna, listen, I know I sound like I'm talking shit about Evo. I'm not. I'm just, there are glaring issues. However, I fully expect Evo to be a phenomenal game when it's polished and dialed in and has content and all that stuff. I just don't know when that's gonna be, because it feels like even at 0.7, they're far off from that mark. But trust me when I say I'm not talking shit about that game. The GT3 Mustang, 296 GTB, and the new Audi, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Their Sebring, the best Sebring so far. Chef's kiss. But unfortunately, right there, oh no, the 992. Sorry, not the 992. The 911 GT3 RS, the street car. That thing is also chef's kiss. So there's a few cars in that game that are really, really, really good to drive. Possibly the best experience to drive of that type of car. However, that's not enough, you know? Paul O'Donnell, thank you for the sub. All right, let's try this again. The little lift off the throttle makes it a lot easier, but I know I can do it locked. And you lose a lot of speed with that little lift off I just did right there. Hope they don't troll us with the 11. Oh, that'd be funny. That would be funny. Yeah, just kidding, guys. We got 99 more updates to go. Or 89 more updates to go. Before we're at 1.0. I really like this race. This car is like built for Spa. The Spa's a high downforce, grippy track. And these cars are easier to drive than the LMDHs on Spa by like a lot. I know I said that cursed word easy. I think the word easy is getting up there with realism in terms of shamed. I'm still convinced they're going to scrap open world in the Evo. I don't think they're going to commit to that either. Or if they do, it's going to be such a small, narrow scope that it's not going to feel like open world. Or whatever they're calling it, free roam. Because we're at 0.7. That means 3 more updates to full release. And there's been nothing about it. No teasing it, no nothing. I feel like it's going to go the way of the ecosystem. And it's going to be just another racing sim. Oh, yep, I knew it. He's going to DC. I knew it. These fucking people, man. As soon as I saw him spin out, I knew he was quitting. You guys want to do this again tonight like we did last night? Truthfully. Like, be honest. We had a banger of a night last night, and I would absolutely do it again if people are going to show up. We got to play with some of our fellow Aussie and New Zealanders that we don't get to play with unless we play at night. You know, it was a packed show. We rated ranked. Clean racing for the most part. Guys like Fue are probably some of the most reckless drivers. Hey Fue, you see the white line? Pay attention on this lap. Yeah, you know, I will say this though. That's how you know you're in a good lobby, like a competitive lobby, when Fue is the reckless driver. Because Fue is a very good driver. Even Weira. Weira is a bombshell of a driver. Even he had a couple moments with some bumps. That's how you know we're just in a good lobby. Or a good race. Alright, are you ready, Fue? Ready, Fue? White line. Oh, I braked way too early. It was right there. I was actually... That was a bad example. Bad example. I don't know why I stopped right there. There would have been my fault. There, if you had hit me right there, I'd have taken the blame for that one.
You just missed out on the top spot. Very impressive performance, though. Well done. V2 is a
No problem, Josh. Look at that. Look at that line up there. Yeah. I can definitely get a 205 out of the car. I don't know what this man is doing to go 202. 4.5 seconds faster. Eagles. Stop hacking. Cheating ass. I'm never gonna not play PMR MT. I might reduce it how often I play it to play other things, but I'm never gonna not. Every time I play something else, there's always this like narrative that I've abandoned the game. I've moved on. It's like, no, I'm just playing another fucking game because there's other games in the world. I don't know why people always like insist that you only can play one game. Branch out. Enjoy it. Not saying you are MT, but I'm just saying in general. That's how people always think. I'm not doing this race. I don't want to do Monza. If this was Sebring, I would jump right in and get it done. But I'm good. I just abandoned you. We got LMDH at 2 o'clock, and that'll probably be my last race. Provided I make it out of turn 1. If I get completely, you know...
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
If that's the end of turn 1 for me, then I will be quitting. Just saying. I'm not doing 10 laps on Spa after being punted and destroyed in turn 1 on lap 1. I'm good. All right, let's see what people queue up to after this GT3 race. I'm not against doing a few JP1s in a row, provided we get more than 2 people to finish the race.
16 to go, 16 laps to go.
Yeah, they're a lot better, and I do believe they'll be getting an oscillation adjustment, which is good because that's the only thing wrong with them. The problem with the LMDH right now is the physics in the tires are actually really good, but the force feedback is very oscillating. So to make the oscillation go away, you're actually losing a lot of information that you would get from the car. So you get that sort of like muddy-ish force feedback feeling again. If they get that straightened out to where it's that sharp, you know, aggressive force feedback without the just wanting to rip your hands off the whole time, the oscillating, I think those cars are going to be phenomenal to drive. Because I don't think they need to touch the car at all. It's just the force feedback. And I've tried everybody's force feedback. For what it's worth, everyone's force feedback is just accepting that they've got it better than the way it came. But bottom line is, it's not good by comparison to the other classes of cars. The force feedback specifically. Once that's dialed, those cars are going to be... Like, the force feedback in every other game for the LMDH is better. Because right now they've been doing this back and forth with the force feedback in the LMDHs of lots of detail, lots of oscillation, or very, very little detail, very little oscillation. We need to get very little oscillation, lots and lots of detail and forces and information. Then I think we'll be in a great spot with that car or class of cars. What do we want to do? Running out of time. What do we want to do? Let's see. 20 minutes from now means we're going to lose... Actually, let's do this, guys. Let's do JP1 again. We'll do JP1, which would put us right in line with the GT3 Pro Cup. Or the Falcon Cup. Ooh, or the... Either way. It'll put us... Let's enter into this JP1, and then we'll jump into following up with a good race after that. Let's take some notes, quick. All right. Needed features. Oh, that is not how you spell features. That is. Chip. Console replays. This is not bugs. This is features. We'll do bugs next. HUD size adjustment. God, it's hard to type off to the side. I personally don't think the clutch is a big deal right now, but people talk about it enough to where clearly it's a demand. What else we have for features? Rolling starts, that's a big one. In fact, I would put rolling starts in front. If in order of importance, I would go JIP. Actually, let's just put them in the order of what I think importance should be. Let's do this.
Second and Malioli third, making Moss the first British driver ever to win this famous race.
Idiot. Yeah. Proximity chat's one of those, like, I would like it, but does the game need it? Oh, let's just put chat. In game comms. We'll do that. Player name. Actually, let's do player names first. I like that better.
It's a special part of a race because you can get into a rhythm, really get into quite a special zone, and there is something different about driving in the night that you do end up in a different state of karma, very much.
What else do we think? Let's not go like, by the way, I want to keep this like a practical priority type list, not just like every thought that comes to mind. I don't want to do stuff like that. Let's try and get to 10 and 10. So do 10 and 10 and put them in order of importance. Uh-oh, I think we got a couple people who haven't made it in this lobby. Oh, he popped in. Never mind. He's good. Of course, Eagles is going for pole. What else is new? Triple screen. Yeah, but I don't think I'm ever going to get my wish on that MT. I want solo qualifying, but that's such a debated topic. People prefer this more than anything else. I'm like, all right, well, you guys prefer struggling in qualifying, I guess, then. It is what it is. I say native VR because we already have VR, but it's not native. Oh. The numbers here, I'm getting rid of these numbers. These numbers keep getting... You'll see. Do this. All right. So, rolling starts. I'm going to list these things in the order I think, and then we can negotiate what we think the order should be. And I'll keep these words as limited as possible. So practice while registered in a ranked race. So you're not just staring at the menu the whole time. Lock reg. And by lock reg, I mean being able to back out of the menu entirely out of ranked and stay registered for the race with like a countdown. We need one more. I would put console replays above rolling starts, Cruza. Because it's definitely a more demanded thing. Now, for the PC specific space, yes, rolling starts is more important than console replays. But you got to think balancing the scales here. You know? I'm gonna take a piss quick. Coming back to PMR after Horizon is amazing. Yeah, it's definitely refreshing. Going on, Texer?
back for the race. Gonna be a tough one.
All right, let's move this for now. So we can do the race. Let's go 2. Let's go 2. We're just not finding the limitation of the rear downforce yet. Just doing some more ranked. Kind of rating ranked, Bran.
Okay, mate, you can do this. Let's stay out of trouble in the first few corners. No heroics out there.
Rear is definitely looser now. Is the trick to these cars, by the way, still lowering them in setup? Because remember, that's how it was when they first released. There's locked right there. I missed the braking zone. See what I mean, Fway? I went just past that white line, couldn't make the braking zone. Or the chicane. There's no way to do that locked. You just cannot do that locked.
You've been given a penalty. You've got to give the time back. Slow down and move off the racing line.
Yep, 3 on the rear wing is, or 2, sorry, is not it. Rear of this car is completely unstable now with the rear wing at 2. And I don't feel any gain from it whatsoever, so... I haven't felt any gain from the rear wing at all the entire time. So by itself, it doesn't seem to do a whole lot. Coming off throttle, dude, the rear end just swings out right now. To the point where I'm slightly checked out of finishing this race, but it's whatever. I know a feature that I want that nobody else wants. Can you guess what it is in chat? It would solve a lot of the problem you're experiencing right now in the game with what you see with spreads and stuff. You got it. But we all know how much people hate hearing me talk about that. Everybody wants to have an advantage. Here's the thing. People want to brag about being better drivers, but then they want an advantage when it comes to the actual car. So, what do you really want? Aliens are still going to be aliens. It's the mid-pack guys that are going to suffer the most from fixed setups. Because the slow guys are going to be slow no matter what. And the aliens are going to be fast no matter what. But the mid-pack stuff, you're going to find out who's who in the mid-pack. And we can argue that all day, but I've had this argument 1,000 times in real racing. 1,000 times. And the only guys that disagree in real life are the ones that want to have an advantage to increase their chances of winning. They don't want to race on equal playing field. They never have, they never will. They want mechanical advantages. Two DQs. Yeah, this car is not... It's still lugging up top. I want to say the adjustment meta setup for this car was just lowering it. That's how it is. Mayhem. That's how it is. So Legolas has got some time chopped off on me for sure. Yeah, that was my same lap time roughly from the last one, so low 206s. Eagles, are you using somebody else's setup or your own? I assume it's your own. Bobby Boucher.
Not quite quick enough for the win, but P3 is a very good result. Nice one.
All right, let's register up for GT3 now. Unless you guys want to do GT. Started off with someone else and spent way too long changing it to your driving style. Yeah. The argument will always be, Brand, basically, do you want to be a better mechanic or do you want to be a better driver? That's always what it's going to be. You know? If everybody drives the same thing, you're going to know who's who in driving. That's the end of that argument, you know? Now, I fully understand wanting to be able to set up cars, but all right. Now that we're in that, let's get back to the list. All right, so collisions, netcode, nighttime brightness, shadow visuals. What other bugs? What's going on, Monk? Prefer Monk or Liu Kang? Or Kang? Or Liu? Or Shaolin? Or Shaolin, Liu Kang, Monk? Liu Kang got it. I know it's his display picture, sir, but his handle on YouTube that I'm looking at is Shaolin Monk. Hey, you guys should summon Sora. Like he's a genie. Just summon him. Rub your magic lamp. I actually want to change my livery. Yeah, get me in Jinx. There it is. Well, what would you prefer to the word netcode? What's your alternative preferred wording? Ugh. Well, you've already got my specificness. I don't want to get dragged down the road from a car, you know, mitosising. Oh, no, mitosising is splitting. What's when they join? Come on, biology people. What's the opposite of mitosis? Going on, TJ? Yeah, my PSN name is just EJR Racing, and my Steam name is EJR Racing Osmosis Jones. Okay, that's right, Osmosis. Anyway, I don't want the cars to osmosis when we make contact. Good, good. Yup. Oh yeah, now we got a bunch of names that I don't recognize. This could get rough. Yeah, Sora, just so you know, the pressure is on because I'm hyping up the next patch. So, don't fumble it. Wow, we got all 21 people still in. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I should probably qualify. How much time we got on quali? Yeah, I should probably do a quali if I want to get through this alive. Guy in this Audi's problematic. So we know we're going to have to avoid that Audi on track. He's rough. Someone's already taken out all the brake markers. Jesus. This is going to be a shit show lobby, I can already tell. I have the feeling this is going to be a rage quit and a spectate, but at least we'll get some good spectating out of it. Oh yeah. Look at this shit.
Okay, let's push the pole. Give it everything you've got.
I can't wait till the weather change in this ranked. I can't wait till those flickering billboards are gone. Can't wait. Can't wait.
5 minutes remaining in the session.
That's Brand. Why do you think I don't do it? I say this all the time. Like, people are so obsessed. Like, unless you really, really like setting cars up, then that's a different story. But if you're trying to do a once and done setup, you're going to waste your time. Every patch, things are going to change. And people get pissed off about it every time. Like, I haven't said it a billion fucking times. Not saying you, Brand. I'm just saying in general. It's the same song and dance. Oh, they changed all the setups again. Or now all my setups don't work. They broke the cars. This is bullshit. No, you just don't listen. You just don't listen. People only hear what they want to hear from me. And that's fine. That's on them as far as I'm concerned. That is on them.
Yellow flag. Watch out for debris.
Yeah, this lap's kind of fucked. Good enough. I don't care. I got a 158 out of it. It's whatever. That puts me where it puts me. It gets me away from some of the muppetry. It's obviously not going to matter because turn one, people are going to stay on the accelerator. So you could be dead back of the pack and drive through to the first place guy if you stay on the throttle long enough. So. Here's the thing, Sora, though. I understand your point, but you're also relying on the fact that things in the setup aren't broken. Like they were in some aspects in the beginning. Like when you raised up the rear of the MX-5, the car would gain like 10 miles an hour of top speed. That would, to someone who doesn't know setting cars up or setting anything up, they would assume, oh, if I just raise the back of the cars up, they're going to gain top speed. So you can learn, if you don't know, bad habits that later on get fixed. that make sense. That's always my biggest worry about a video game when it comes to setting things up based off of real life. You know? Are the adjustments that I'm making doing what I know they do in real life? You know? Now the basics, I'm sure. But like, that ride height, because like exploits happen all the time through setups. And they're essentially just coding mistakes that get overlooked, you know? Or time, they don't have enough time. Either way, it's a matter of just things getting overlooked and things not making sense in the long run, you know? For me, it's, like I said, I'm probably not going to really dive deep into setups myself until probably about year one completion. I want this game to get worked on and worked on and worked on and worked on till I can confidently know, like, okay, now I can trust putting time into setups. You know? Take a piss quick. The real answer, though, for the setups is this. If you like doing it, keep doing it. If you don't like doing it, wait. Or copy someone else's setup every patch that works the best. Those are really your options, you know? Me, personally, I'm just lazy. I don't want to spend any more time setting up cars in the game just to have to do it again, you know? Making fine-tune adjustments, that's one thing. Changing everything all over again, that's another. And for me, it doesn't really matter how well the car is set up. Look how fast this motherfucker is. Look how fast this dude is. The next fastest lap is 2.1 seconds slower. Gotta say, Eagles has got a setup in that Merc right now. But I thought the Porsche was a meta. I thought the Porsche was the meta, guys. Guys, I thought if you had the Porsche, you were guaranteed to win. Why is the guy in the front winning by a landslide in a Mercedes? Why, yesterday, was there a random Aston Martin kicking everybody's ass?
Let's get a good launch. Focus on those lights.
Oh boy. We got a twitcher. We got a twitcher. Soar, this is perfect time. It's Maktulamari. He's the one with the connection. Poor shot. Yeah, listen, I 100%, I want fixed setups. That doesn't mean I want to eliminate. I've said that 1,000 times too. I want fixed setups. That doesn't mean I want no open setups. I want, in custom lobbies, the host ability to click a checkbox to activate fixed setups. That's been my request for day one. Anyway. Right? I can't believe I had this race won last night. And then I've been to myself. Unbelievable. I almost did it again. That's exactly how I did it last time, too. I grabbed too much of that inside curve and spun the car out. Clearly, I don't learn. Yeah, but Sora, the narrative is that only you guys listen to me. And what I say, you guys do, because y'all are my slaves. Is that... At least that's the narrative I heard. I'm like a snake charmer, and you guys are my snakes. I make requests, and you guys just do them. I single-handedly am ruining this game. Making the game easier. I'm in charge of making all the cars easier. I swear it's like a bunch of conspiracy theorists that, like, that's why fixed setups were the first thing you guys implemented? Exactly. Like, it's funny. People will bitch about me talking about fixed setups, but they'll bitch about me and how you guys bend the knee and do whatever I want. Meanwhile, I'm still bitching about not having fixed setups since day one because it's not been implemented. Like, arguments cancel out other arguments. I think the reality is, I think people just enjoy complaining about me. I think it's become like story time. What can we complain about today? I frequently heard that I have the devs in my back pocket, Black. Like I pull them out like Pokemon to make a change. Sora's my Pikachu. He's built more like a Raichu than a Pikachu. Why do you think his connections that he's in charge of are so teleporty? It's Raichu. Straightforward works for EJR. Joke's on all you, I'm actually the CEO. Ian Bell is not real. He's AI, I created him. He doesn't actually exist. I fooled you all. I don't think we're ever going to get solo quality because too many people don't want it. So, that's fine. I will always say, even if like I know I'm right about something and I know someone's wrong, if the majority vote is to do the wrong thing, that's what you got to do. Because the majority of the people playing the game, they get the most important vote. Majority rule. Video games are serious business. Most people don't want solo quality, AJ. Just ask the chat. Most people don't want solo quality. They want it to be as realistic as possible. Even if it makes the game operate poorly and take away the point of qualifying, that's what people want, so. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the letters E, J, and R. Not a bad idea, Victory. That's better than the free-for-all. Because we all know how a GT3 car is going to slow down a JP1 car. And people don't have the etiquette to understand that you got to let people pass out of courtesy. Dude, look at Eagles, man. If that's the case, AJ, you know how many thumbs down I'm gonna get?
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
People definitely aren't happy unless they're complaining about something. That is absolutely right.
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
I should make that my sub noise. Every time somebody subs, they just get good old...
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Yes, Art, yes! I was actually just watching a clip of Hot Pursuit today where they were doing the translate. Where they had to do the double translate. Because it got cleaned up every time it was translated. Oh, man. Good old Shaun of the Dead. I miss, dude. Simon Pegg's the best. He is the best. I wish Simon Pegg was in more things. I'd watch him in anything. I think I'm going to have to get him on my soundboard. I do like how, I forgot his name though. What's the bigger guy that's in it, the co-star, that's also had a pretty solid, successful career post Shaun of the Dead? Not as much as Simon Pegg, obviously, but he's been in a lot of quality shows and side characters in some really good movies. Nick Frost, yep, Nick Frost. I have not seen Spaced. I would have to check it out. Is it the same actors? Or same cast, I should say? Because that was definitely an awesome trilogy of just random styles of... like, I love how the Shaun of the Dead... He goes to jump over the fence, and the fence breaks. And then in Hot Pursuit, he does the same thing, but he's a badass, and he flips over all of them. Same scene, different character, played by the same guy. Gotta be careful of that curb. It's savable when you hit it, but you can't stay locked and turning like you think, you know, when you're not hitting it. I'm glad this guy's connection in front of me cleaned up, because he was sketchy in the beginning. Yeah, it's a lot. That sounds a lot like how Jackass originated. I mean, ironically, it was movies first, then the TV show. Wait. I know Jackass was movies. Was it also a TV show or no? Was Jackass ever... Wow, I'm confused him up. Because it started with CKY. CKY, CKY2K, that's what spawned the Jackass. Empire, if you will. But for some reason I'm spacing on if Jackass was ever a TV show, or if it was strictly movies. I thought it was a show, but I honestly don't remember now. Jackass was a TV show? Okay, that's how I remember it, but... Interesting. I don't know what just happened behind me. I think that guy DQ'd. Dude, Bam is, has he made any life progress away from alcoholism and drugs yet, or is he still in the same void? What an excellent way to end an evening, yep. Admittedly, though, World's End was, my least favorite of the three. I actually think I like Hot Pursuit a little bit better than Shaun of the Dead, even though I think Shaun of the Dead is the much more iconic of the two. I feel like I think I liked it the most because it felt the most grounded. And it just felt like a pure comedy. Rather than a pure comedy built around a very, very, very sci-fi narrative. Oh, that's right. Hot Pursuit was the first time I ever saw the Hound. Sandor, whatever the actor's name was. That was the first movie I ever saw him in. Because I know that because whenever I watched him in Game of Thrones, I'd be like, oh, that's the guy from Hot Pursuit. Not bad. Started in 6th, came in 4th. 40 seconds. Think about that. 40 seconds behind Eagles. And I didn't crash. I mean, let's give it up for Harns, too. That's a pretty solid time as well. Paul, yeah, yep. They've had a lot of good movies. A lot of good movies. I always go back to that trilogy, though, as far as the Simon Pegg sweet spot. Yeah, I'll have to check the show out for sure, Art. 155-55 Eagles. Get the fuck out of here, man. You do not belong. Obliterated. I want to say maybe. I want to say maybe on that show. He's like a year sober. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Ryan Dunn thing messed him up. I mean, he was already a messed up dude, but you can tell Ryan Dunn was his tipping point into like total destruction of life. Oh, we might... hey, guys, jump in the LMDH race. Jump in the LMDH race. That's going to be probably our last race of the day based off time, so... Unless something better comes around, but... We got our GT3 race in today. Let's get the LMDH race in. We got our GT4 race in. There's a lot of other... I mean, I want to get some Falcon racing in, but... Oh! That just reminds me. As soon as this gets out of this menu, I'll play it. Right here.
Falcon Punch!
What the hell? That is not the one I remember.
Falcon Punch!
That sounds terrible. That ain't it. Oh, these are all new ones.
Falcon Punch!
What is that? That's terrible.
Falcon Punch!
That sounds terrible. Absolutely terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Yep, LMDH. But you already know how this goes for me. If I'm dead in turn 1, salute. Who do we think did a better job here?
Falcon Punch!
Not what I remember.
Falcon Punch!
Lame. Totally lame. Oh, gotcha. I'm just going to call you Rally then. Or, sorry, wow, Flubs. Just remember, folks, turn 1.
And hit the pace car. Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect.
What's a better, a subscription sound of all of these? Hold on. So let's play them. This is what it currently is when someone subscribes. Should I do that? Or leave it that? Should I do this?
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Should I do this?
Put that cookie down! Now!
Should I do this?
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Should I do this?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Should I do this?
And hit the pace car! Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect.
Or finally, should I do this?
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
What should be the subscription sound? Or there's always from Metal Gear Solid. I should edit that one to have a little bit of the music that plays in the background. What's the movie? There's a movie that has a very similar tune to the Metal Gear Solid alert music. I want to say it's like Under Siege or something like that. They're so similar, but it's like two notes are opposites. It's like how Vanilla Ice explained the difference between God, I hate myself. Ice Ice Baby and oh, come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Under Pressure, thank you. Jesus. Going to hell, I swear. This right here, this song. I might put in a little bit of this after the alert sound. There is a movie. There is a movie that has such a similar sound to that. And I can't remember what it is. I have Under Siege in my head. See if Google can figure it out. Oh, it's Speed. What an idiot, Evan. It's Speed. Google got it. Google done did it. It is definitely Speed. Google got it. Oh. Single-handedly convinced you to get PMR in your 11. I'm glad I had that influence on you, and I'm glad you didn't regret it. Glad you didn't regret it. Because the worst is when I tell people they should get the game, and then they don't like it. So, here, let me play this now. Oh my god. The fact that I type in Speed song and I show Speed is just a laundry list of the first links. All right, so listen. Tell me these do not sound similar. Metal Gear Solid. Speed. Hit a little too early. So here, make it easier for you. There you go. Probably gonna get me demonetized, whatever. So this is Speed. You're solid. And then Speed again. Sounds, but just the opposite order. Someone at Konami was a fan of Sandra Bullock, right? When did Metal Gear Solid release? As Speed was 94. Yeah, 98, so yeah. I think everybody had the biggest crush on Sandra Bullock. I think we all still do. Look at the way she looks, and even now. And she's got charisma. She's not just a face. But yeah, anyway. Whenever the theme song for Metal Gear Solid comes up, I always make that remembrance. Yeah. If it wasn't the same composer, I'm telling you, that is literally a Vanilla Ice in the interview moment. Mine goes dan 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 dan. Theirs goes dan 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 dan. It's like, wait, what? You just said the exact same sound. There is a tiny, tiny, tiny little minute difference. But it's like, dude, just say it's the same. You ripped it off. It's fine. It's great sound. So yesterday in this race, Eagles, I think, qualified second. And in that wreck that happened, I 100% saw him in 19th place at one point. So whether I qualify or not, my point is nobody is safe through turn one. What's the actor's name? What's the actor's name who played in the movie? He was Freddie Mercury. He was also in Need for Speed. That dude is slept on. That dude is so good. Got the bug eyes. Rami Malek, yep. Or Malik. I don't know how to say it. I think it's Malek, though. I think it's Malek. I'll look at your link in a second, Art, when I'm off stream. But yeah, he did a... he's in a lot of good things. And I'm surprised he doesn't get more great things. He's definitely a good Bond baddie, that's true. I guess he has been in a lot of things. Need for Speed is a great movie. Here's the thing. Take the exact one-for-one movie Need for Speed and change the title to something that's not a video game title. Great movie. Fantastic movie. Has nothing to do with Need for Speed. But I don't care. It's a good movie. Although there are a couple of the scenes that they had in like slow motion, which is kind of funny. The custom kit GT500 turns into a base model like V6 Mustang. And it's like, bro, the car's in slow motion. How do you expect to hide that? Nice. Nice. Maybe that's part of why he probably isn't that popular. Because he's probably a more grounded celebrity who just lives their lives and doesn't do all the showboaty bullshit that makes a celebrity a celebrity. Like, and by that I mean, how much of F1 do you... maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I'm being judgy, but how much of F1 do you think Beyonce actually watches? Alright, maybe he's getting the credit he deserves, Art. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I feel like I just don't hear much about him for what he's done, you know? Maybe he has to be in a Marvel movie. Oh, does anybody have Apple TV? Has anybody been watching the third iteration or remake or second remake of Cape Fear? I didn't even realize till the end of the second episode that dude, I hate myself. My names are who's the big mafioso director? Did The Irishman. Did all the gangster movies growing up. I can very easily look it up, but I'm trying to... Scorsese, thank you. Martin Scorsese. I didn't realize he was involved directly with the Cape Fear series that's currently airing on Apple TV. That has me even more invested in it now. Because now I just know it's going to be good. It's almost like he is so tied to the hip of De Niro that because De Niro was in the first remake of Cape Fear, he wants to be involved with this iteration of it. Which, also, what's his name is? Yeah, exactly. But he's involved with this. I can't remember if he's a director or a producer. Hold on. Okay, he's executive producer. Okay, that's right, yep. So both Scorsese and Spielberg are co-executive producers of the show, Cape Fear. How do you read that and go, yeah, I'm going to skip that. That's probably not going to be very good. I watched it and didn't know that. I didn't know that they were involved with the project. I just started watching it because I'm like, oh, I liked Cape Fear. Let's watch this series. Let's see how Apple TV handles it. And then the end credits, I'm like, oh, Scorsese? Spielberg? Got it. Now I'm invested. There he is again, first place. Admittedly, Art, I didn't watch a lot of The Simpsons. I don't know why. Because I was like prime time age group for that show. Well, yeah, if you guys haven't, check out it's only like, I think 2 episodes, and the 3rd episode might have come out and I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what day they release on. It's so frustrating with some of these apps. Like, every show I get addicted to is, like, has a different release date, and I never remember what it is. But check out the Cape Fear remake show. It's got, I'm forgetting all of the names of everybody today, so I might as well just look it up before I butcher it. Javier Bardem, I don't, butchering his last name, I know. He's great. He kicks ass in everything he's in. Amy Adams, of course. And then Patrick Wilson, who's admittedly, in my opinion, although he is good, he's definitely punching above his weight, being next to, you know, Javier and Amy. What's your top sim game right now? Define top sim. What game do I enjoy playing the most? Or what game do I think is the most finished? Because they are not the same game. Not even close. This is the sim I like playing the most. But in no way is this game remotely close to a complete finished game. AMS2 for F1, or Formula, I should say, not F1. That's deceiving. Formula racing. PMR for general use play. Race Room is my biggest recommend on complete racing game. Just nobody plays it. Then probably LMU, then probably iRacing. But I feel like AC Evo is going to fall in there somewhere ahead of LMU and iRacing, personally. I don't remember how many gallons it was again. Here we go.
And hit the pace car! Hit the pace car! Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect!
That's how I'm getting through this race.
Watch out for debris.
All right. Not paying attention. I earned that one myself. Too busy looking behind me and then at chat. I didn't make contact. I didn't make contact. Totally braked, super late, wasn't paying attention, but I didn't make any contact and all that. And I gained 2 positions.
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
Sora! I just osmosis into a car and exploded out the back end. Got totally abused by someone hitting me. Fuck this race. Fuck the way these people play this. I don't think I'm going to do the LMDH race anymore. It's attracting the people I don't want to play with. Let's try this one again. This will be the supplemental one like I did yesterday. Tis but a flesh wound. Like, that race is becoming, unfortunately, uninteresting because of the attraction it's getting from people. Like, what the hell was that move, dude? Not for nothing. Let's watch that. Let's watch that back. Let's watch that back. Let's watch the mitosis that was that accident. First of all, this dude's trying to block me. And I gave him some courtesy here because I clearly had him outpaced. So I can't drive through him. Alright, let me go inside. He cuts over. I cut inside more. Then he starts drifting me over. But I commit. On the brakes. And now we're morphing into each other. And I, of course, become the one that gets destroyed right now. Nothing happens to him. He's driving dead straight. And I'm somehow inside of him doing donuts. When I was also if you look at the radar, look at the positioning at the contact point. Who is hitting who right now? Let's hope. Let's hope the next update makes some progress on that stuff, man. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. Let's hope they can get some of that shit straightened out. Because his line was more aggressive. And literally, I just got osmosis killed. Alright. Harry. How do I beat these guys, Harry?
And hit the pace car! Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car! What for? Because you hit every other goddamn thing out there, I want you to be perfect!
Bet. You guys want to raid rank tonight again? Like we did last night? That worked out pretty well. We got a good group of Aussies and New Zealanders that got involved. Some Americans. Overall, just some good racing last night. I kind of want to get that going again. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I actually do not drive this car at all. I have no idea where to stop. Zero idea where to stop this car. To the point... Have a good one, TJ. The force feedback is way too good in this car for just how slow this car really is. I'm also terrible at driving this car. I carry zero momentum. Yeah, it's a fast person's car, though. That's the thing. Like, this is a very easy car to drive, but a very hard car to have, like, a level of pace on that's fast for the class of car. I can't wait till they remove the clouds. Can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, AV, it's unfortunate that the collisions are what they are right now. And it feels so random. Like, that collision, like, it's like the game was registering contact and the servers hadn't caught up to it, and then the servers just didn't know what to do with it while the collision was happening. And then it just freaked out and for some reason only hurt me. Which is the worst part about the collisions. It's not even just how janky they feel and look. It's the fact that some person gets abused by it and the other person receives nothing. Not how accidents work. Yeah, it's a known problem in the game right now. It's probably the game's biggest problem, is what you just saw. But the guy that was in the chat earlier is a dev, and he's the one responsible. Well, not for all of it. But both the physics team and him, who's the networking guy, have been working on it. So hopefully that's cleaned up quite a bit in the next couple patches the game gets, because it is priority. It is priority for them, I'm saying. They're aware of how game-breaking it really is and experience ruining it is. So... in my opinion, their ranking system is, that's what we're doing right now. It's the most incomplete mode, but it's been fun lately. It's better than games like AMS2, I'll say that. AMS2 has, like, no ranking system. I don't know what else you play, or what you're coming from.
Nice driving. You grabbed P2. We're on the front row for the race.
Grab P2 and having zero clue how to drive the car. Nice. Nice. Yeah, iRacing. It doesn't compete with iRacing from a ranking standpoint. I'll say that, not even close. But I enjoy this far more than iRacing. The good thing is, though, is this I talk personally with a lot of the devs that work on this game, and game's getting better over and over and over time. Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you can afford it and it doesn't really hurt you at all, pick the game up, see if you like it. I love it, but it also pisses me off like crazy, but I still love it, you know?
Let's get in front. We can win this.
Yeah. It's awful to feel, it's awful to see, it's awful to watch. It's weird because the driving is just so good in this game, and like, immersion's a big part of sim racing, and this game immerses me the most. Minus this line, but I need the line right now, so it is what it is. But the collisions happen, and any immersion you have completely goes away. Completely goes away, and you're like, what? What in the jankety jank is this? But Sora's found some problems. Collision's found some problems. Supposedly, some of it will be addressed in the next patch. We'll see. This is such a high adrenaline race, guys. I'm on the edge of my seat. It's a good thing this car's got really good force feedback through the wheel, because nothing's happening on screen. Yeah, I think War Dog, I think the next 2 updates are going to be really big for this game. Because I don't think Jip is making it into the next update, and that's a very, very, very important key feature. No! I'm fucking done. Can't. People just don't give a shit. Stays on throttle, just drives through you. Who cares? He's got his line and he's sticking to it. Admittedly, my line sucked. But all he had to do was just roll off throttle ever so gently, and he would have easily overtaken me without pitting me. He would have gained his position, I would have been in second place, and that would have been the race. But here we are, I'm in dead last, and I quit. I'm done. Not fun. I hate the way people play games. I really do. Very easy overtake. I screwed up. You could have just easily driven around me, and instead you chose that path. To just literally drive into me and stay on the throttle and drive through me. Because the game allows it. This is the same shit how yesterday ended. The LMDH race sucked, followed immediately by the MX-5 race being the same thing. I don't understand how people play these games like this and they get away with it. Whatever. It is what it is. No use harping on it. That's it for me, boys. I'm done. That followed me, so I'm good for the rest of the morning or afternoon. That being said,
take a big step back and literally fuck your own face.
That's what I have to say to the Rammers. Anyway, folks, I might jump back on later tonight if I can organize some ranked rating, you know, but we'll see. That being said, though, for as far as Friday is concerned, I am done. I will be potentially streaming a good amount more next week because the wife's out of town for work, so I'll have more free time, but we'll see what I do. That being said, folks, if I don't get back on before Monday, I hope y'all... How can I follow that and join the community? All right, if you jump into my Discord, so look in the description below. Apply for my Discord. Where is it? Where's my Discord? My Discord, for some reason, is not in the description right now. Wait, is it? Oh, it is. I'm blind. I'm blind. I gotta separate that. Discord is supposed to be separated from the Next Level Racing thing. I hate the way that posted. Let me edit that right now. There we go. Now it looks the way it's supposed to look. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. I will, let's see, get you in here. God damn. Grandma Doubtfire, is that you? Anyway, if that's you, Grandma, you are in. All right, folks, that's it. I'll probably come back on later. I'm trying to organize some ranked raid racing, where we all jump into the same race on ranked and do the best we can with it. Last night went really well. A lot of high caliber guys in there doing some good racing. The morning streams have been a bit more chaotic because I feel like I'm racing with the kids, but it is what it is. That being said, folks, I'll see you all this evening, and if not, I'll see you on Monday. Until then, have a good one.